Hello and welcome back to Kim Reads as we continue with Rebecca of Sunnybrook Farm. Chapter 14, The Dawning of a New Day. The day after graduation at Wareham Academy, Rebecca took the train back to Riverboro. She did not see her Aunt Miranda till she had been in the brick house for several days. Then one morning when Miranda was feeling better, she asked for her niece. The door opened into the dim sick room and Rebecca stood there with the sunlight behind her, her hands full of beautiful bachelor buttons. Miranda's sharp, pale face looked haggard on the pillow, and her body appeared thin under the blanket. "Come in," her aunt ordered. "I'm not dead yet. Don't mess up the bed with those flowers." "Oh no, they're going in the glass picture," Rebecca said, turning to the washstand. She tried desperately to control her voice and saw the tears that sprang into her eyes. "Let me look at you. Come closer. What dress are you wearing?" her aunt asked in a cracked, weak voice. "My blue calico," Rebecca answered. "Are you taking care of your green cashmere?" her aunt wanted to know. "Yes, Aunt Miranda." "What bones has your brother Mark broken since I've been sick?" "None at all, Aunt Miranda." How's John turning out?" Miranda inquired. "He's going to be the best of us all," Rebecca replied. "I hope you're doing things right in the kitchen," Miranda sighed. "Do you scald the coffee pot and turn it upside down on the windowsill?" "Yes, Aunt Miranda." "It's always yes with you and yes with Jane," groaned Miranda, trying to move her stiffened body. "But all the time I lay here knowing things aren't being done the way I like them." There was a long pause, during which time Rebecca sat down on the bed and timidly touched her aunt's hand. Looking at her gaunt face and closed eyes, Rebecca felt tremendous compassion for her. "Aunt Miranda, I want you to know that I'm all grown up and graduated, number 3 in a class of 22. I've had 2 good positions offered me already. If you want me near, I'll take Edward's school so I can be here nights and Sundays to help. If you get better, I'll take the job in Augusta because it pays $100 more." "Listen to me," said Aunt Miranda, her voice quaking. "You take the best job regardless of me. I'd like to live long enough to know if you'd paid off that mortgage, but I guess I won't." Here Miranda stopped talking and Rebecca stole out of the room to cry by herself. Yet as the days passed, Miranda grew stronger and stronger. Finally, she was able to sit in the chair by the window. Hope began to steal back in Rebecca's heart. And one day, a telegram came from Hannah. "Come at once. Mother's had a bad accident." In less than an hour, Rebecca was on her way back to Sunnybrook Farm, terribly frightened as to what would be waiting there at her journey's end. Aurelia Randall had been standing on the hay mow in the barn where she had a dizzy spell and suffered a bad fall. Her right knee was fractured and her back strained and sore. It was obvious she would require complete bed rest for a long time. During the next 2 months, Rebecca devoted herself to cooking, washing, ironing, mending, chasing after 3 younger children, and caring for an invalid mother. No 17-year-old girl could pass through such an ordeal and come out unchanged. Yet, as hard as the time was, it forged a close bond between mother and daughter. One afternoon, as Mrs. Randall and Rebecca sat chatting on the front porch, Will Melville drove by and tossed a letter in Rebecca's lap. "Sister's not worse then," said Aurelia Randall gratefully, "or Jane would have telegraphed. See what she has to say." Rebecca opened the envelope and read in one flash of an eye the whole brief page. "Your Aunt Miranda passed away an hour ago. Come at once if your mother is out of danger. I shall not have the funeral till you are here. She died very suddenly without pain. Oh, Rebecca, I miss you, Aunt Jane." "Poor Aunt Miranda," cried Rebecca, bursting into tears. "She didn't have a very happy life, I'm afraid. Oh, I feel horrible that I didn't tell her goodbye. And now Aunt Jane is all alone, and I'm torn between going to her and staying with you." "You must go to Riverboro this very instant," said Miss Randall, sitting up from her pillows. "Your aunts have done everything in the world for you. Now it's your turn to show gratitude. Anyhow, the doctor says I've turned the corner." But Mother, I can't go, Rebecca lamented. Who'll take care of you? Hannah can help out for a while, Mrs. Randall answered quickly. Now you go pat your bed. Oh, how I wish I could go to my sister's funeral and prove that I forgive her for all the unkind things she said when Lorenzo and I got married. Why do you think she behaved so badly? Rebecca probed curiously, remembering only too well her Aunt Miranda's hostile attitude towards her father. Once when we were all young and single, your father asked me to lead the grand march with him at the Christmas ball in Riverboro. I found out afterward that Miranda thought he intended to ask her. I don't think she ever got over that terrible hurt. So was she like in love with him or something? Oh yeah. At this point, Aurelia Randall broke down and wept bitterly, and Rebecca put her arms around her mother to comfort her. And she gave her a kiss and slipped back upstairs to pack. Later that day, when Will drove Rebecca to Temperance to catch the train, they saw the first river surveyors at work with property. Rebecca caught her breath. The time has come, she thought sadly. When I leave here today, I'm saying goodbye to Sunnybrook Farm. It was a great comfort to Rebecca to see Jeremiah Cobb waiting for her at the stage when she drove to Maplewood. Oh, Mr. Cobb, she sobbed, flinging herself on his shoulder. So much has happened since I made my first trip to Riverboro so long ago. I do dread going back to the brick house now that Aunt Miranda's gone. There, lovely, her old friend whispered comfortingly. We'll all be all alone on the stage and we'll talk things over. You'll feel better by the time we get there. When they finally saw the chimneys of Riverboro, Rebecca asked Mr. Cobb just to drop her in front of the brick house. Hearing the rumble of the stage, Jane Sawyer, frail and trembling, rushed out to greet her niece. Rebecca held out her arms, and the two women embraced tenderly. Rebecca, do you feel any bitterness over anything Aunt Miranda said to you? Her aunt, Jane asked. No, I've come here with a heart full of gratitude, Rebecca said, her voice choking. Miranda was a good person, Rebecca, her aunt continued, but she had a sharp tongue. She never said so, but I'm sure she was sorry for some of the unkind things said to you. In the end, she did something to show how she really felt about you. She willed the brick house and all the land to you. Oh, I'd give anything to thank her, Rebecca said, overwhelmed by deep emotion. I think I will go outside and be alone with her for a while. Later, Rebecca came outside and sat on the front steps of the brick house and listened to the call of the river it dashed to the sea. This was her home now, her roof, her garden, her green acres, her stately trees. It would be shelter for the children at Sunnybrook Farm and a haven for her dear mother. Rebecca's own future was certain. It was still hidden in beautiful mists. Only time would tell whether she would be a remarkable teacher or a great writer, but she knew for sure that happiness lay ahead. And that's the end of Rebecca of Sunnybrook Farm. Thanks for listening.